G'day friends, Techman Pat here. Today we're reviewing Hubbl TV, the little puck that could from the Foxtel group. And I was really ready to hate this box, thinking it's a waste of time. And you know what? I kind of wasn't wrong, but there is actually something quite unique about this little puck. So if this was any other brand or any other company behind such a thing, I'd just say, hey, it sits in amongst the rest of these TV devices. But there is some things that this does really well. So make sure to like and subscribe and join me on a full review of this latest TV consumption device. Let's get started by rolling the intro. Alright folks, let's start with the specifications. The device is relatively small, it's a little puck as they say. It does come with a nice remote, more on that in a second. It has HDMI out, a proprietary power cable connection, and of course an Ethernet port. But what's unique about this device, it also has a terrestrial antenna plug. More on that in a second. In regards to the HDMI, it can do up to 4K HDR10 and HDR. What's interesting about the signal is even though it can do 4K, it can only do that up to 24 frames, which is a little bit low. And the reason I found that out, not because it's in the specifications, is because my camera was strobing this until I changed it back to 24 frames from 30. Even though on paper it says up to 60 Hertz, that's actually only at 1080p. So it won't bother many people, but I think that's a little bit low when there are some content that is at 30 frames. Furthermore, the quality of the image is fantastic. Nothing to complain here. It is a beautiful image, and when I put on some 4K video through YouTube that was HDR10, it was wonderful. Even Prime Video and movies look brilliant. So nothing wrong with that. That will be all up to the TV you're using. So if we look at the interface at the top here, we're giving suggestions of certain shows that are trending right now on each of those apps. We've got Prime, we've got Netflix, we've got iView. Those shows are trending. They're not personalized. They're just what's popular on that service. So if you do have the subscription for, let's say, Binge, then you'll log in through your Binge account, and of course, you'll be able to watch it. And that means that if you're got a TV show that is potentially got split seasons. One season is on one service, and another season is on another service. As you watch through each season, and this is kind of good, and you get to the next season that's on a different service, Hubbl will actually navigate you to season 2 on that next service. Things like Google TV and Apple TV are actually more personalized to you, what you might enjoy. If you love watching sci-fi, then you're going to get sci-fi suggestions. If you like watching comedies, there's going to be suggestions all about comedies, but not with Hubbl. If we scroll down, we actually get to the apps. So this is your app drawer, and yeah, there's a little bit of a limitation. It's not all the apps that you might actually want to get, and it's kind of laggy and slow, so it's not the best experience. If we continue going down, we get to see a genre of items that you can choose to watch. But if we keep going down, and I'm gonna complain about this, it took me 15 minutes to find where the settings for this device is. And it's not on the remote. There's no button for settings. It's right at the bottom of a TV selection screen. So you might be asking the question, okay, it's got a terrestrial aerial and then it has streaming apps. What's unique about this device? Why is Foxtel calling this a game changer? Well, let me try and explain to you what this device does, and then maybe you can make up your mind if it's actually unique. When you're using a non-terrestrial antenna to watch live TV through the apps like Channel 7's app and iView and On Demand and Channel 9, you're not actually getting regional content. You're only getting what we call Internet TV. It has limitations because Internet TV doesn't have the same licenses for content. If you love AFL, you won't be able to watch what's free to air through the app. You will need that live TV antenna. Now, the point of this Hubbl device is to aggregate all that together, including real TV from an antenna. And so what they've done here is enabled you to choose to watch channels through the interface here, as if you're choosing an app to watch, which is great. And as long as you choose the aerial scenario, then you'll get normal free-to-air television that has the AFL on channel 7. But if you choose the app, you'll only get IPTV, which doesn't have the licenses to have the AFL on. Okay, back to the TV. If you navigate to the TV guide, you can click into it and see what's on TV. And let's say we select all channels. You can navigate through and choose what you want to watch. We've got 7 HD Perth, for example. If I do click on it, a little black box will show up here and give me a preview of the channel, which is really nice. But that's the same thing your TV does when you click into the guide. But what you'll notice here, it's not loading. So at the moment, even though I've got my terrestrial antenna plugged in, and furthermore, because it's not localized, channel 7 Perth, it ain't gonna open because it's trying to open it through the app. So you might ask yourself, how the hell do you watch terrestrial TV? So to get to TV, we're gonna select all inputs. And once you're there, you're gonna scroll down a few more to get to this one right here that looks like a little plug. And that will open up the actual TV and act like a TV receiver, which is a little bit frustrating. Again, and it's slow. It's so much slower than a normal TV. Frustrating, I know. So this brings us to the final thing that Foxtel and Hubble calls a game changer. And that is the ability to stack apps as subscriptions in your Hubble account to get some credits each month. And you can stack up to 3 before you get the first $5 credit. Pretty cool, right? So you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm already paying for Netflix, I'm already paying for KO, and I'm already paying for, let's say, Prime or Binge. Why don't I stack them all together and get a discount? Well, hold on, my little friend. It's not all those apps, it's only a select few that Foxtel has said you can. We can click on Manage Subscriptions. I've received a 2-month free trial of KO, and now I can add other things that Foxtel Group has available to them. In fact, over here, I can add Binge for $18 a month. I can add Netflix for $16.99. But you might ask yourself, hang on, there are cheaper plans on Netflix. There's a $6.99 plan with ads, but if you click into that, you don't get that Netflix plan. What you may have noticed here is there's no sign in button, it's only subscribe. Because until you actually pay for the first month here and then sign into your own Netflix account and link the two, you'll get charged separately for one Netflix that you might already have, which most people do, and the Netflix that's here. The subscription that you purchase through Hubble are unique to the subscriptions that you might already have. And that's why there's actually not a lot of options for you to subscribe and save. So if you stack and save, you're gonna get a bit of credit, and if you stack 5, you're gonna get $15, but you're also paying very high premiums for the actual Foxtel services. But this begs the question, where's the money coming from? So I dug a little bit deeper, and in the terms and conditions, what they're actually saying is that your information that you're watching here and what things you like, and of course, how you interact with their content is what they will sell to then advertise to you. And that seems to be worth between $5 to $15 a month. Now, there is one thing in the terms and conditions that caught my eye. They also talk about broadband and internet services and seeing what you search and open up on there. I don't know what that means. I don't know how this device is reading things on your network, but I don't know if I can trust a device plugged into my network that might be reading content that's going in and out of my home.
Now here's the thing, Hubble Puck is just a rebranded SkyStream. And the SkyStream from the UK has actually got utility. It is the exact same device. However, you pay one price to Sky and you get a whole lot of content. There isn't this thing where you have one app connected to another app, to another app, to another app. This is actually kind of useful. In fact, it's also kind of cheaper than the whole Foxtel package. What's even more interesting is that Netflix without ads comes with the device. When you do get SkyStream, you can also bundle it with your internet, which is crazy internet, of course, 145 megabit average down. But again, look at that price, and it includes a lot of things, 150 channels. This kind of bundling is actually good. Foxtel feels like it's just cutting things up into pieces and not really giving you much value.
Now let's talk about the remote. It is Hubbl branded, but it does have a Google button logo at the top that does nothing. It seems that Hubbl has bought a device, the puck and the remote, that usually is an Android TV. Now we know this is built on the Android TV OS. It's just obviously a skin over the top. But this button was supposed to activate the Google system. In fact, they have a microphone button at the bottom that activates the Hubble chat, which is probably reskinned of Google just using the voice capabilities. You might also ask yourself, well, why don't I just install some new apps? Well, you can't. Everything is pre-installed. It's limited, it's locked down, and you can't uninstall apps you don't want to see. If I were to watch this on Apple TV Plus, I click into it because it's suggesting it to me. It acts like any other smart TV device. If I click watch, I have to sign in, which makes this device not any different than anything out there that's supposed to be a smart TV entertainment device. I just don't know who this product is for. If it's competing with an Apple TV or a Fire Stick, every one of these functions of accessing different applications of different TV shows, I can already do that. I can search across multiple services and find the show that I want to watch. And as long as I have that subscription, I can watch it. This isn't adding anything, and it's not game-changing. So right now, I cannot make any recommendations to anyone to buy this. There's no value to it, because if you want to make a dumb TV smart, which the TV already has free-to-air television through the terrestrial antenna, then you'd buy something like a Fire Stick, and you get more functionality than you get here. The stack and save is cool, but all the popular apps aren't really available on here. So friends, thank you very much for watching. This was my opinion. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Australian content like this, and I'll catch you all in another video. Bye!